back like we never left. SVA with the live reaction to the beginning after the end. This week, reading chapter 218. So, T-Bait, chapter 218. A new era. Okay, bro, let's see it. I feel like I'm being forced into a classroom activity, and we see Arthur just sitting there kind of patiently, hands at his legs together, hands together, just sitting there cooling. Oh my god, we see everyone's there just, I guess, they're gonna give him, I guess, feedback. I'm not sure what's happening. We see Arthur sitting with Alanis next to him, and then everybody else is out there sitting in front of him. We see Grandpa Virion, we see Byron, Hester and Bund are over there arm wrestling. Emily over there, I guess, fretting about something. We see Vereda cooling, Boo Bear cooling. Like, oh, everyone's there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Ellie, Camus, Kat, everyone's there. Alanis. Does anyone have any feedback for Arthur? And everyone butts up. Everyone at the same time. Hester goes, your fire spells are strong, but you expend unnecessary mana. And then we see at the same time Bund. Why the hell would you use lightning magic when earth magic is more beneficial as a base? Then we see Camus. You always revert back to your familiar affinities. It's true. That one is actually legit advice, bro. Because that is true. Arthur tends to go back to the ones he's familiar with. And then we see Alanis with a beam in her eye as she death glares these three and say, one at a time, if you please. And we see the glare and everything. Camus, Hester, and Bund all go back and be like, my bad. Oh, don't play with Alanis, bro. Don't mess with her. Elder Camus, why don't you go first? And we see, right. Camus perks up. Using wind to bolster your spells was a good idea, but your application was surface level. Instead of using wind to push the lightning spear, why not integrate it into the spell? You'd create a spinning force to strengthen the piercing power without using much more mana. And we see he kind of shows what he means when he has a piece of wind magic and then some more wind magic like spiraling around it in a sense, you know? Like a drill situation. He goes, I see. Arthur nodded. I see. Getting the ideas on. It's because of the element's nature. Lightning is much harder to contain and shape than fire, as Byron flicks his hand and fire comes out. He goes, ooh, Arthur looking on, ooh. A more efficient attack would have been molding the fire into a piercing shape and coating it with lightning. Interesting. Yara, how you doing? Hope you chilling, doing well. Having a good, happy T-Bait Thursday as always. So it's very interesting that Byron actually giving them some good advice too, bro. A more effective attack would have been molding the fire into a piercing shape and coating it with lightning. And then we see Byron as well gives an example. He like makes a kind of like dagger or shard of fire and then coats it with lightning. That shit is hard, bro. That's fire, pun intended. And he also does demonstration and he throws it across the room and it pew sprints off and boom, knocks off. He goes, thanks for the advice, and he nods. And Byron nods too. So Byron ain't really being that much of a dick. All right, that's cool. I know we're on the same side now, but I'm still the guy who killed his brother, right? Allow me to offer just one insight. Okay, and we see Veray. Hey, Veray perks up. I love it. Veray perks up. Your control is good, but as your opponent, it was clear your ice magic merely served as distraction. And we see, Cat nods as well. I'm sure Catelyn saw this as well. And you see Catelyn been nodding. Yeah, you see the ice sword he had, bing, and she blocked that motherfucker. Yes. Besides Absolute Zero, Most of Arthur's ice manipulation serves to divert his foe's attention from his more powerful lightning spells, right? And we see the same thing, and the same thing happened in the fight, bro. Same thing. Am I that predictable? Damn. Your speed and spell training make up for this slight shortcoming, but in a prolonged battle, it would lead to your defeat. It's crazy. I forgot about Lucas at this point. There's so much. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That is facts, right? If Byron, the reason I even remember Lucas is because we seen Byron a couple chapters ago. But before we saw him again, I had forgot all about Lucas, bro. Like, there's too much things happening with the war and everything to be remembering, you know what I'm saying? To be worried about that bum-ass Lucas. You know what I mean? Like, bro. So it's really crazy, like, talking about it. And Arthur is correct. Byron may be out here giving advice, playing buddy-buddy right now. But at the end of the day, Arthur killed his little brother. Straight up, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So that, in turn, will probably come back to bite us at some point, right? You never know, bro. So, yeah, it's interesting. It would lead to your defeat. Arthur just looks on and says nothing. Says nothing. Whew. That was exhausting. Yeah. Two Lance and Commander Virion leave very little breathing room. Let me say, damn. Oh, so that's why she was fretting. Is because the air in the room was kind of like tense and whatnot. You know? So that's why Emily was like, oh my god, I'm feeling kind of claustrophobic in here. 3 lances. Your brother's a lance too, you know, and he whaps her hand. You're my brother first. I got him. Goodbye, everyone. Don't work too hard. So Ellie dips off. Ellie dips off with Boo Bear and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. Yeah, bro. We hit 1.6, I think, yesterday, which is pretty sweet, bro. It's pretty cool. What's good, Vic? Hope you're doing well, bro. Bye, Lance Arthur. We see Ellie gives him a little wink and whatnot. Cheeky girl, Arthur says, as he waves back. Your sister is very different from you, General Arthur. And he shakes his head. She definitely takes after our father. And you more closely resemble your mother? I'd like to say I take after both, but I'm not sure. Who else would you resemble if not either of them? Think back to Grandma Sylvia. Let me see a panel of Granny right now, bro. Come on. Let me think back to Granny. Oh my god. We see Emily breaking up the moment, boy. Come on. I wanted a panel of Granny. We see someone snoring. It's Emily over there snoozing, boy. Emily. I'm not sleeping. Sorry to interrupt, but may I ask about the data from my training lessons? We see Emily's like, groggy as hell, boy. Groggy as hell. Me too. I'm curious to see how my spells measure. Oh shit, everyone. The numbers won't really have meaning out of context. And we see she gets the clipboard from Alanis. Wouldn't mind a beginning after end video game. Nah, a T-Bay video game would be hard. That shit would be kind of cool. Like, yeah. I'm not sure how they would make that work, bruh. But it would be cool. But it's how about his past life? Nah. If it's the game, I want to experience the actual main story, bro. You know what I'm saying? I have assistants in several academies testing lower end versions of the artifact. You see, click. You see Emily clicks a little cube in her hand. They're recording their students so we can gather a wide spectrum of data. We see. Oh, we see. Okay, lit. So as this is happening, we are cutting away to that boy Curtis. He at Lancellor Academy training the students and whatnot, and he's over there also using one of these devices to track and train these new trainees, these cadets, you know, which is pretty cool. Seeing Curtis and whatnot. So the FPU was intended to compare amongst other mages. Exactly. I could compare the FPU readings between you five, but I'll be more confident in the overall measures with more data. I wonder which of us oldies is the strongest. And Bun goes, probably me. Probably me. Both of you to say that while I'm in the room, Hester says. And we see Catelyn again nodding real quick. Cute. Well, no matter who it is, I sure am lucky to be training with such talented mages, Arthur smiles. Thank you again as he bows. I don't take this for granted. You brat, as Bund elbows him in the chest. Don't try to make me blush. That's right. You are lucky, Camus says. They all laughing and whatnot, having a good old time. Cute. Cool. As the weeks pass, we see time has now progressed a little bit. As the weeks pass, we see Ellie, Sylvie, Art are all having a little picnic, eating together. Very cute as a little family. Adorable. I knew I made the right decision to stay off the field. Sylvie and I had our own limits to overcome. We see, as we're getting this monologue, we see more shots of the training as Camus shoots a little whirlwind at Arthur and sends him flying away. Yo, Singularity, what up, yo? It's cracking. My mentors challenged me much more than the soldiers I would have met in battle. Gideon, are there any updates on your train project? And we see, she's meeting with the council now, like all the leaders and whatnot. Gideon, yo, Adapon, what up, yo? How y'all doing? Hope you doing well. Yes, the the train will hold at least 20 times more supplies than the old carriages. What about potential dangers traveling between Blackbend and the Wall? Will its set path make it an easy target for the Alacreans? I imagine it would be easy to destroy a portion of the track too. Both good points, generals. After our visit, General Arthur and saw that as well and came up with a solution. Oh? And what would that be? We see, wham! We see as he slams his table, Gideon. Why the solution is, and he rustles up some papers and whatnot, some pages, puts that joint on the table. We see, to put it underground, Commander. They're making a subway? That's insane. They're making a subway? That's crazy, bro. He said, to put it underground, Commander. They're making a subway. The cost would be excessive, don't you think? Way to make it obvious. He's entirely unfamiliar with the costs of his own projects. Think about it from other perspective, King Glader. Let me see, the Gladers look on. This project serves to solve 3 problems at once. The first is the supply issue. The second is the raising cost of purchasing domesticated mana beasts, which is necessary because of the Beast Glade's current state. And the third is the recent increase in poverty. Increase in poverty? What nonsense! Because of the war, business is booming. Please, let General Arthur finish. Booming business benefits business owners, not lower class citizens. Queen Glader, did any cities report riots due to increased taxes and cost of basic goods? And we see, Arthur really is fucking big brain, bro. He really seen all this through, because even the queen goes, that was our next topic. How did you know? And Arthur simply goes, cause and effect. It's simple, bro. Like, y'all over here raising taxes for the regular shit. The common man gonna kind of raise up, real shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you know, you know, bro. It's crazy. Digging is no problem because we got plenty. Yeah, digging is no issue, bro. Like, it's not like it's gonna take them a long time to dig these tunnels. They get a bunch of earth mages to do the thing, and it's gonna be business booming, you know? Yeah, Arthur, man, he's too big brain. This war is taking precedence over daily life, meaning priority is given to those participating in the war. For everyone else, this means an increase in the cost of living while their wages remain the same. And because of the attacks near the coasts and borders, fishermen aren't able to fish and farmlands have been destroyed. So you're saying the train project will be a means to create jobs for these people. We see, nods up. The underground path will be a big project that can't be finished without a few competent earth mages. Mages will be necessary to secure the tracks, but normal workers will be employed for construction and maintenance. Those are good points, General Arthur. But wouldn't it be more cost efficient to use slaves if this nigga... Bro, this nigga King Glader is disgusting, bro. Slave labor has its limits as work becomes more skilled, King Glader. As Virion perks up. We should not think of the train as a one-off venture. Rather, it's the beginning of a new era. And that's what it is. Like, we called this when he first brought the plan to Gideon. This is the beginning of the Industrial Revolution type shit. So, like, it is the beginning of a new era. That is true, you know? It provides a line of work for laborers, one that does not require magic, whether it's building the tracks or planning the routes from one city to another. We should foster and reward these skills for the future. Yeah, bro. I agree. I can't stand Glader, bro. He's such a fucking asshole, bro. I can't stand him, bro. And he always just gives us more opportunities to know he's a shithead. Like, I can't stand him, bro. He's a dick. Like, he's actually a dickhead, bro. We should foster and reward these skills for the future, especially as more mages are needed on the front lines. Let me see, Gideon slaps his chest. This project will indeed generate many new skill sets. I want to work with people who will see it through, And if workers employed with fair wages help the productivity of this urgent project, that's what we need. After an anonymous vote, the project to build the underground route and train was approved. Let's go. Subway approved, baby. Along with several new policies, one of which was the ban on slave labor. Let's fucking go. Fuck you, King Glader, dickhead. Fuck you, bro. One of which was the ban on slave labor. Hell yes. Hell yes. I trusted Gideon to probably manage the workers so they'd be able to work, if not lead, the next train project. It was interesting to witness a new era. One that only existed in textbooks in my old world, unfold here. Let's see, everybody looking at train project and whatnot. Yeah, talking about King Glader, bro. What about Kiji? Talking about bum ass King Glader, bro. He a dick. I'm glad they're even saying it straight up, bro. This industrial revolution was undoubtedly hastening because of the war with Alakrea. And while I could not stop the war with my knowledge, I could at least help the people in it. And we see Tessia looking gorgeous as she looks over the plans as Arthur puts that in motion, bruh. Gorgeous. She beautiful. And the chapter ends. T-Bait, chapter 218 end. Man, so good, man. So good. He's in all back considering he killed the previous Tyrant King Glader to stop. Yeah, I mean, he's yeah, he's not worse than his dad, but he's still bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still a shithead, bro. And he's still a shithead. Yeah, he's not a tyrant king, but he's still a shithead and a bad person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Shit crazy, bro. This was a good little chapter, bro. I like this shit, bro. It's a good little chapter. It was cool seeing, like, really seeing the Industrial Revolution start in this world, bro. I'm a big fan of it. It was a cute little chapter, bro. And I also liked getting the first half of, like, Arthur's basically, I guess, finishing his training low-key. You know? It seemed like his training is finished. So it's gonna be cool, bro. I'm hyped to see where we go next. It's seeming like after this chapter, Arthur might be heading back to the front lines to continue what's going on in the war. There might be some kind of attack or something. I don't fucking know, bro. But I'm curious to see what happens, bro. Yeah, I'm curious to see what fucking happens, bro. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the live reaction, I appreciate y'all so much. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It would help the boy out. And also, subscribe to the channel. We're bringing different live reactions every single week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see y'all next time. Stay safe out in these streets. And I'm going to see y'all soon. Peace.